are you there, Tilly?
Good morning, Lucia. What's the matter?
Could you pick up my child and take care of him for a while?
What?
I'm busy, unlike you, so just do it for me, okay?
Hold on. This is just too sudden. Why do I need to take care of your child?
Well, I inherited the ownership of a luxury hotel my mother-in-law owned when she was hospitalized.
That's the first time I heard that.
It starts from today. A large group of visitors is going to be staying during the weekend, so I'm going to be really busy. Which is why I'm asking you, the mother who looks like she has the most time on her hands, to take care of my child. I'll probably be asking similar favors of you from now on, okay?
Wait, hold on. That hotel! My husband and I are going to be staying there over the weekend.
Huh? What? Oh, you at a luxury hotel?
We made a reservation 6 months back.
Oh? What's the occasion?
It's me and my husband's 15th anniversary. His parents are going to be taking care of our son, so there's no way I'll be able to manage your child as well.
Are you sure about this?
Huh?
The lodging expenses are $500 per night. Someone as poor as you won't be able to stay here.
We already made the reservation, so we obviously know the prices.
You knew and still made the reservation? You don't seem to be getting it. This is a luxury hotel. It's not some cheap lodging people like you go to. Do you understand?
Of course I understand that's a luxury hotel. But we're not as poor as you think we are, you know?
Is that so?
Anyways, I won't be able to take custody of your child. My husband and I have plans to stay at your hotel this weekend. We look forward to it. Good morning, Lucia. Is now a good time?
Oh, if it isn't Tilly. So you decided to take care of my child for me after all?
I'm talking about our reservations. We tried checking in earlier, but we were told it was canceled.
What?
The concierge even said that we had to pay the cancellation fee in full, since the cancellation was made this morning. But I don't remember making any cancellations, and neither does my husband. Care to explain what's going on?
What do you mean, explain? If it was canceled, it was canceled. That's all there is to it. Could you just pay the cancellation fees and go home? I'm busy preparing for the group of visitors right now. Just because we're friends doesn't mean I can give you special services. So go home.
But we didn't cancel it. Even if we can no longer stay here, I'm not going home until I get a satisfactory answer.
I said it was canceled. That's all there is to it. If you won't go home, I'll call the police.
Fine. I'll just ask Mrs. Eleanor, the real owner of this hotel.
What? My mother-in-law?
Is there anyone else? I wasn't going to call her since she's in the hospital, but an acquaintance of mine who works here as a waitress said she's fine now. Apparently, she can give orders in case something happens, so I'll ask her.
What? How do you know her contact information? You know one of our waitresses? Tilly?
Lucia.
Oh, finally, a reply. What did you do?
I told Mrs. Eleanor about what happened. She told me to tell you that you're fired.
Oh, what?
She also said, don't call yourself the owner when you're just a waitress. She said she might have to fire you from your job as a waitress as well.
Why? It's true I was a waitress until now, but my husband has no female relatives, so I automatically become this hotel's proprietress now that Miss Eleanor is hospitalized. I was just trying to take over for her. Why am I fired?
I told Mrs. Eleanor that her reservation was canceled abruptly, so she asked the front desk about it. When they checked the security footage for this morning.
Security footage?
They saw you canceling our reservations.
What?
Apparently, you have high-quality security cameras that can capture screens clearly.
The cameras were that good?
Apparently. That being the case, Mrs. Eleanor said that the fake prophetess, Lucia Harper, needs to pack her bags and go home.
No! But this is my chance now that my mother-in-law's in the hospital!
Mrs. Eleanor is probably going to contact you later. But apparently she asked her nephew, who's experienced running a hotel, to take care of things while she's gone.
What?
Mrs. Eleanor's hospitalization was so sudden, so apparently she just got here.
What? She's already here?
Apparently she was already going to come here next month to train under Mrs. Eleanor.
What? I wasn't the one who was going to inherit the hotel?
She said the staff was already told about it. You didn't hear? I find it difficult to believe that someone who can't even listen announcements is fit to become the next prophetess. Not to mention that she just cancels the reservations of customers.
What? You're the one to blame. Poor people like you shouldn't come to luxury hotels in the first place. I was just trying to make sure you didn't throw away all your money.
Stop messing around. Why do you keep calling me poor?
But the things you wear are always so shabby.
What, shabby?
You only wear cheap clothes from fast fashion stores. The fact that you live with your husband's family, too? You have to depend on your husband's parents since you have no money, right?
Is that why you keep calling me poor?
You were probably lying back there, too.
You mean how Mrs. Eleanor's nephew is in charge while she's gone?
Yes, it's all a lie, isn't it? There's no way someone like you knows Miss Eleanor's contact information anyways.
I know her contact information from work.
What? Work?
I'm a writer for a travel magazine.
Huh?
The waitress I said who was my acquaintance, she's the one who showed me around when I wrote an article on the hotel.
A writer for a travel magazine? You?
I stopped writing when I got married and had children. But I decided to start doing it again thanks to my son and husband's support. I told my husband's parents about it, and I was able to get a job writing a special article for a travel magazine my brother-in-law is the chief editor of. The theme was luxury hotels a couple would go to for their 15th anniversary.
A special article for a travel magazine? And you chose this hotel?
Yes. The plans for an interview were ruined thanks to you, though.
Well...
While Mrs. Eleanor was checking the security footage, I was explaining the situation to my brother-in-law. Thanks to you, they have nothing to put in the special feature section, and trying to figure out what to do.
But why not just pretend there was never any cancellation? There are rooms available, so everything will be all right if you just stay there instead, no?
I think that's impossible.
Why?
The room me and my husband were supposed to stay at is now the playhouse of your children, because you can find anyone to take care of them, right? One of the waitresses checked the room because of complaints from the other customers. Apparently, they destroyed the shelves and cabinets and wrote on the walls and floors with a marker. The room was a mess, she said.
You're kidding!
I was planning on making that room the center of my article, but it seems that's impossible now.
I had no idea this would happen.
Also, it seems your children were taken away and scolded in the staff room.
What?
Where was their mother during all this?
Well...
You should probably just show yourself in the situation.
Tilly! Answer my calls! Oh, what should I do? My husband divorced me.
Oh, hi, fake propertess.
Oh, don't call me that, will you?
During yesterday's mess, you were cheating on your husband with another guy in one of the rooms, weren't you? Not only that, but you pretended to be in charge and made a mess of things, even ruining one of the hotel's best rooms. The article, which was supposed to give your hotel some publicity, was delayed, along with the campaign that was planned to start with its release. No wonder you were divorced.
Oh, can't you do something about this? My husband is suing me for the cheating. That alone is enough to make my head hurt. But I have to pay for the damages my kids paid to the room and all sorts of other fines. I don't even have a job anymore now that I was fired.
Oh, is that so? That must be tough.
Yes, it is!
Good luck.
Huh? What's with your tone?
I'll block you now.
Wait! I'm being asked to pay a huge amount of money! What am I supposed to do on my own? Tilly!
I couldn't really have done anything if I wanted. I heard Lucia's parents cut ties with her after this incident, and her husband got custody of their child after the divorce. She isn't close with any of her other relatives either, so she's completely on her own basically. The guy she was cheating on her husband with too disappeared after paying the fine. She now lives alone in a tiny apartment, without even enough money to move even if she wanted to. Apparently, she works part-time jobs, but is basically useless when it comes to work. Even though she's got tons of debt, it seems that it's only a matter of time before she gets fired again.
Mrs. Bolton? What are you thinking kicking me out of my room? Me and my son are going to be living in this high-rise condo without you from now on. But this is my house. No, this is me and my son Carlo's house. Honestly, how many times do I have to tell you until you understand? The husband is the pillar of the household, which means that Carlo is the owner of this house, and I am Carlo's mother, meaning that I have the right to decide whether you can live here or not, but you still repeatedly insist that this is your house, acting all arrogant. I hate your face so much it makes me sick. Why did Carlo marry a woman like you in the first place? Mrs. Bolton, you keep calling me you, but I have a name, Erica. A bitch like you doesn't need a name. I hate you from the bottom of my heart. Leave. I understand that you enjoy insulting me, your son's wife, but haven't you noticed how both your husband and your son look at you? I said this is me and Carlo's room, not yours. Besides, I already decided to divorce my husband. And isn't your husband telling you to quit it and just come home already? It's already been 3 months since he barged into our house and just started living here, not to mention that you kicked me out of the room that I'm the owner of. It doesn't matter. You just have to divorce Carlo, and we won't have any more problems. What? Divorce? I don't need a man so poor that he can only get a shabby apartment to live in. Once I divorce him, I'll have no choice but to move in with my son, which means that I'll automatically be able to live in this high-rise condo in a room on the 40th floor. That's why you're divorcing him? Who cares about the reason? I'll divorce him if I want to. Anyways, I'm not going to let you return to this house. What do you plan on doing with my stuff? At the present, I only have my phone and wallet in the bag I'm putting them in. Hire a moving company to pick up your stuff for you. I'll let you do that at least. I'm not going to let you come back here no matter what. Is that so? Fine, I understand. If you come, I'll call the police for trespassing. That's exactly what I want to tell you, but alright. Huh? I guess if this means that I no longer have to live with you, then alright, I guess. Hi, Carlos. I know you're currently on a business trip, but this is urgent.
Oh. Hi, Erica.
Is now a good time?
Yep, I'm free right now. What's the matter? You were taking a day off today, right?
Your mother kicked me out of our house.
What?
I went to buy some stuff at the convenience store and she locked me out.
You didn't bring a key with you?
I thought I did, but when I looked at my key holder, only my house key was gone. I think your mother must have stolen it.
Jesus, that woman is going too far.
Hey, Carlo. I understand painfully well now that your mother has wanted to live in a high-rise condo for a long time now, but I feel that recently she's been a lot more fervent about it than usual. She's even saying that she's going to divorce your father so she can live at our house.
What? She said that?
I'm sorry, but I ended up unconsciously muttering under my breath, "This family is done for."
It must have been that serious if she made you say that.
I'll send you screenshots of the conversation we had by text after she kicked me out of our condo. I'll let you decide whether to show it to your dad or not.
All right. Got it.
Well, that's the situation. What she's doing seems a bit strange, even for your mother. I think something must have happened to her.
Oh, that reminds me. Dad told me this recently, but apparently the daughter of an old friend of Mom's married an extremely rich capitalist.
By your old friend, do you mean that person your mother sometimes insults and complains about?
Yep, that person. For some reason, Mother sees her as a rival.
Didn't she lose her husband 20 years ago and raised her daughter basically on her own?
Yep. Mother apparently thought that she was better than her, as a woman, because she had a husband and her friend didn't. But her daughter married a capitalist, and a filthy rich one at that. And apparently the newly married couple proposed themselves that she'd live with them on the 30th floor of a high-rise condo.
Oh, and we live on the 40th floor, so it's 2 floors higher.
Yep, that's it. I don't think it matters since we live in different buildings. But apparently Mother doesn't think that way.
I see. I think I now understand what your mother's thinking, but I won't just let her take over our house because of something that stupid.
Agreed. Anyways, we have to do something about you being kicked out. Why didn't you contact the landowners?
Yeah, I considered about that too, but given the timing, I thought that it would be better if we set into motion that plan we were talking about.
Huh? Oh, that plan. I was thinking of letting you decide when we do it, but given the situation, are you sure it's all right?
It is a bit inconvenient, but the preparation is almost complete, so there shouldn't be a problem. Now I just need the cooperation of you and your father.
Got it. I'll contact Dad about it.
Thanks. I'm counting on you.
On the other hand, though, what are you going to do tonight?
I'm going to stay in the business hotel near the station. I intend on going as soon as I can check in.
All right, got it. I'm so sorry about my mother. I'm going to support what you're trying to do as much as I can.
Yep, I'm counting on you.
Oh, looks like I need to get back to work soon.
Thanks. I know you're busy. Take care.
Yep, don't push yourself too hard.
The moving company you hired came. Yep, it's just as they told me. All they have to do is take all the stuff in my room, so you don't need to do anything. Yeah, I don't care, as long as you leave. By the way, I heard you sent your husband the divorce papers? Yep. I mean, why would I live with him when my son lives in a high-rise condo like this? I don't need a husband that lives in a shack of an apartment anymore. I got a text from him earlier saying that he turned in the divorce papers as well, so now me and Carlo can live together, just the two of us as a family. Carlo says he's going to talk to the people at the moving company, so I'll go and watch a movie or something. In my opinion, it would be best for you not to get too ahead of yourself, though. Erica! Is something the matter? What's the meaning of this? Why? I understand that your stuff is gone, but where is Carlo's stuff? Why did everything except my stuff disappear? I'm going to need you to take your stuff out of the room soon as well. What? Why? But me and Carlo were supposed to live in this high-rise condo together from now on. We decided to give up that room for rent. Huh? What do you mean? I thought I explained this to you before, both when I got married to Carlo and when you suddenly started living with us. The room at the high-rise condo is something I inherited from my late father. Huh? Me, the owner, am no longer going to live there. So instead of just making it an empty room, I decided to give it up for rent to earn some revenue. Hold on, wait. Your father had a large enough income to buy a room at a high-rise condo like this? Yes, he was. He ran a company. You mean he was a CEO? Also, I inherited his money, and your son Carlo is an employee there. What? Carlo's an employee at the company you own. Yep, he's the head of the marketing department. Are you lying? No, I'm not. Then, does that mean that I threw away my new life at a high-rise condo by my own doing? Yep, that's what it means. What did you say? If that's the case, Erica, it's fine if you continue living here. I told you I was giving it up for rent. Let's forget anything happened and continue living together just like before. Speaking of which, if you're a CEO, then that must mean that Carlo struck a fortune with you. You should have told me about it sooner. How was I supposed to know? Let's get along from now on, right, Erica? Please, pack your stuff and leave in 3 days. Huh? Decide for yourself where you're going to move to. But that's going to be a problem for me. My parents' house no longer exists. I can't go home to my husband's house anymore either, since I already sent him the divorce papers. What do you want me to do? Well then, goodbye. Where are you telling me I should go? Erica! Carlo? Hey! At least you're still my ally, right?
Mother,
Carlo, I'm so glad you replied.
I'm going to be taking on Erica's last name, and I'm going to be living with Erica and her mother from now on.
What?
Goodbye.
Carlo, hold on! Carlo? Help your mother, please! I have nowhere left to go! Her one-sided rivalry with an old friend and her bullying of me. My mother-in-law divorced her husband based on a whim and kicked me out of the room I owned at a high-rise condo because she didn't know I was the owner. She thought she had saved her pride and was headed to victory, but in actuality, she was heading in the opposite direction. She must have never thought, even in her dreams, that she was diving headfirst into the worst possible direction. She was able to receive some property during the property division with her husband after divorce, but it seems that because of her rivalry with this old friend of hers, she was a careless spender of money. So, she spent almost all of her money on her new apartment. In this way, she lost everything, and the difference between her and her friend was almost that of heaven and hell. My mother-in-law had no skills to speak of, so now she lives a life of extreme poverty, juggling multiple low-paying jobs at once. I pity her, but I have no intention of helping her.